So I'm Bailey's, and I have a story to share about something that happened earlier today. So about 11 a.m. this morning, I went out to get a coffee, and as soon as I got back, I pulled into my driveway, and my mom came running outside of the house, and she looked absolutely terrified, and she told me that apparently down here, where we are right now in my basement, one of the doors slammed shut, and she thought it was me and realized that I wasn't here. So we ended up coming down here. I was like holding a knife, screaming out if there's anyone there, and turns out there was absolutely no one here. And we've lived in this house for about 3 years now, and that's never happened. Other than one other instance where I was sitting in this room, and that door, which you can see, has a bunch of like stuff hanging off of it, so it's like really weighed down. It won't move really unless something touches it. And I was sitting, my chair was like right about there, and the door literally closed like that. And that was the other experience. So that's what makes me think that there could potentially be something paranormal going on. So we're gonna conduct a little investigation right now, since it happened today, and see if we get any results.
Hell yeah, good story. So, hello, I'm Luca, also known as Nevik. I'm the one mostly filming Blue Rose Skeptics here. This is the first installment of the channel, and the moon currently is in a full moon in Leo. So, I'm a Gemini, rising Cancer, moon Libra, and my guy Bailey's here is a Sun Leo, rising Scorpio, and
Yep.
moon Taurus.
Correct.
So we got a lot of elemental energy, we're very spiritual people at this point, very different people at the same time and all that, but we're very intrigued in, of course, this paranormal world, so we're trying to kind of put our foot in the door, like we make music, that's our main thing. So yeah, I don't know, this was a little introduction.
And also, I think right now would be a good time if you've had any paranormal experiences in your past, if you want to share. If not, that's cool, because sometimes it can be private. But
yeah, might as well actually. So I've had like times where obviously I don't know, like it's 5:55 right now. It's just synchronicity, folks. But I've had times where I thought I was possessed, and I could like get more into that in a sec. I'm gonna try to do this in as quick a way as possible here, just so you guys get an idea of who we are as people, because Brett also has some stories, and we'll definitely, I'm gonna film him talking about it in a sec here too. But excuse me, basically I've had one moment that I was in a mirror, or looking in a mirror, and I don't even know if I've told you this, Brett, but, and also like it could have been a mixture of my own like self-harm, which is not something I really have talked about ever publicly, and I don't advocate, obviously. I haven't ever really like hurt myself really, unless it's psychologically, but like one time, and Brett, this is new, so I'm gonna tell you this. I basically felt possessed, but I don't think I was. I think it was just that I had a negative energy around me, and my own self-hatred put me towards basically like cutting my lip with like floss while looking in the mirror, and like I didn't even like I didn't even mean to do it really, but it like happened, and to this day, like I think it's like I'm not even sure if it was like, you know, paranormal, if it was intentional, but that doesn't matter. The reason I brought that up is because I had a fucked dream last night that was similar to that moment. And basically what happened was because like I literally, and that's what's so weird, is like I had 3 like hours of sleep. So like you shouldn't even be like seeing anything, you know, like you don't even enter REM sleep after like a certain amount, which is like what, like 5-6 hours? Don't know, don't quote me on it, doesn't matter. Point is, the dream that I had last night was so short, it was just like a flash, and it was basically just a close-up of me in the mirror, like looking, like in my bathroom, looking at myself in the mirror, except like I saw like my third eye, and it was completely white, and my eyes I think might have been white as well, but I can't remember if they were normal. But like I remember just like making like a creepy face, and it was just like a flash, right? And the only thing that I remember was that, and I had for some reason like a shaver or something, or scissors. I wasn't sure what it was because it was a flash, right? But I was literally like chopping my hair into like bangs, into the weirdest haircut, and it was nothing that I would ever want to do in my waking life. So I thought it was like me meeting like my doppelganger type shit, like Twin Peaks type shit, you know, like with the white eyes and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what to say of that, and we like to talk about dreams a lot. We're probably going to like more going forward in Blue Rose, but that's some real shit that I had, and that's just one thing. But the biggest things that I would consider are questionably paranormal in my life that I went through are stories from others that I've heard that I almost want them to tell, and like we'll just get them on the like one episode, and we'll like ask people about their paranormal experiences or some shit.
We'll definitely have some guest appearances.
Hell yeah. We already got Blue Rose episode 0 on my channel, the Nevik channel, so if you guys want to go watch like kind of a feel for what this whole channel is going to be, that's a pretty good taster. It's like 20 minutes of just me, Brett Bailey's, and John Swan pretty much doing whatever, and there's even a party in it. Timeless makes a feature. It's a good vlog.
Doing some prep work, which is foreshadowing.
You know. But I'll just cut to the chase. The paranormal experience that I had was basically I've had night terrors like all my life, and like, you know, it's a subject that people are really unaware of, or they're completely aware of, but also even if you're completely aware of it, like research and science, all this shit, like neuroscience, barely knows anything about it, or they're just not telling us shit about it. So like I remember as a kid, I went to the hospital and like was getting checked about it, and they're like, oh yeah, it's normal, it's just night terrors, and like there's nothing more to it. But I always am someone that is questioning stuff, and I feel like there's always more to it, especially with how we relate it to, like, we're big on astrology and spirituality, how we could, and you know, just sun sign, your ego, your moon sign is your moon. Whatever, I'm getting off topic, I'm sorry. But basically, my first night terror that I ever had was, I was just really young, and I have a twin brother, and I'm a Gemini, of course. I have to say that. But it's weird because I don't remember it, of course. But basically, I went to my parents' room. And a night terror, for whoever, if you don't know, is basically sleepwalking, but your eyes are open and you're literally talking. You're basically interactive with your environment, your surroundings, and people. So I walked like during my night terror. I was like maybe 6, to my parents' room, and I shook my mom awake, and she was like, Luca, like, what's the matter? And I was just like, Mom, like, can I just borrow a knife so I could kill Jake, my twin brother? And yeah, I'm laughing about it, but it scared the shit out of my extremely religious parents.
No doubt.
Yeah, that night they locked me in the room with them, away from Jake, and of course, like, as it went on, that's when I checked the hospital, just night terror, and whatever, maybe it's just some crazy shit going on in my subconscious, but that's like one reason why I thought that I was susceptible or had been possessed in some way. So that's only one experience. There's plenty other ones, and like some of them are funny, you know. I'll skim through all of them right now just because they're very rare. One of them was I basically like I ran downstairs and I was like, it was after watching Pirates of the Caribbean in like 2 or something, and there's like a scene where a dude's in a cage and like all these birds are like plucking his eyes out. So I think that like scared me as a kid for some reason, and I basically said like, the chickens are plucking out my eyes during my night terror, and it was really funny. But like that's one case. Another case was like I ran down the stairs like halfway down and I was like, there's a fucking whale. I didn't swear, but there's a whale on like the stairs. Like I thought I saw a whale.
Damn.
So I don't know what that could be, but apparently like if you see whales, it correlates to a certain star system that I'm not really sure which one right now. But like apparently it's like supposed to be a message from like, you know, a certain star system. Whether I feel like it's maybe serious, but I don't know. Don't quote me. Anyways, the next one, I'm trying to be quick because this is going on a little long. But it was the one that was most recent, I guess, because that's like I told you all the funny ones. I told you the scariest one. Now I'll just tell you the most recent one because it's the most interesting in a way. And I can't really seem to remember off top that many right now, but I know I've had more. Actually, one of them, was just like I was crying in the kitchen. Like I came downstairs and I was crying in the kitchen, and I don't even really remember why, but it might have been some kind of weird mental breakdown. And then another one, actually the most recent one, now that I actually think about it, was I like went upstairs now, because when I was a kid I lived upstairs. When I was now like that I'm older, I live in the basement, and I went upstairs and my mom was on the couch because she was still awake, and I was like, Mom, like I had like my show all planned out, like an anime, and now everything's just falling apart. And like I was pretty much bawling to her in my night terror. So that one's interesting to me because I've always throughout my life thought of it pretty much as a show or like a movie or whatever. I've always had that kind of idea. But anyways, the last one that I'll say just before we do this experiment and then go to Noah's, so that my friend here can meet Noah. I was basically like in like high school, I guess. I ran out of my room and like in my night terror, and I was just pacing back and forth, running back and forth in the basement. My brother was like, what the fuck are you doing? And I started crying again, and I go back into my room. Jake comes into my room. He like stops me from running back out again, and he like slapped me, and I didn't even wake up. But then he told me to like get in the bed and sip some water, and literally I woke up when I sipped the water, and I was like, what am I doing? And he was like, I was like, why are you here? And he was like, you're fucked. But the craziest part about this one is this is the first time that I've had a night terror and actually remembered the visual, other than of course when I was a kid and shit. But the visual was, and the sense I felt like I was being hung upside down from my feet in a stable, and all I saw was, it was just a field, right? And it was like a dead field, like Saskatchewan. I was in a stable hanging upside down. All the blood felt like it was literally rushing to my head. I felt like that in the dream, or in the night terror. And I basically, like, all I saw was tumbleweeds going in the field, and then in the distance I saw a rocket take off. And of course I was hanging upside down in the night terror, and all the blood rushed up, and from the perspective, I thought like the rocket was going down, because like, you know, I was upside down, so like it was going down. And so I take that as like a symbol for as above, so below, or some shit. But I don't know. This is all of my night terrors. I personally haven't had really much paranormal shit happen, but I feel like you can argue for dreams and like night terrors to be paranormal in a sense. So that's just my cool tales.
Definitely. Thank you for sharing.
Fuck yeah.
Alright, so we're going to start off with an EMF and see if there's any signals, and to show that it works.
Yeah, now we're back to the red.
Yeah, so to show that it actually works with electric signals, it'll go off like that.
Cool.
So we'll start over here. This is the door. So I guess we should start off by asking, is there any spirits or anyone around that is willing to communicate? This door opened earlier, or it closed. Was anyone behind that? And if so, just come towards this device with the green light, and you can communicate with us and let us know that you're there. Let's try it from up here.
It's a little dark. Can't really see on the camera. Was there any other procedures?
Hide away from the dog. That was Zoe, and earlier when the door closed, she went absolutely bonkers and scared the absolute shit out of my mom. We'll try 8. What do you call it? Electronic voice phenomenon. Let's try it. If there are any spirits or anyone around that would like to be known, speak into this device. We'll be able to hear you. Yeah, let's try and hear that.
My stomach was making weird noises.
It kind of sounded like there was something at the end, but it was like really vague.
I don't know. You don't think it was like your fingers moving over it?
It could have been. If we do it again, we'll just leave it here so that nothing's touching it.
Sure.
Do you have any questions or anything that you think you'd want to ask?
Are you a benevolent spirit?
You can ask that, or even potentially an elemental. That's what I was thinking, because when you mentioned the one time that we're surrounded by a lot of woods and the river's just over there, that's usually when elemental spirits, which are like old spirits that are made up of energy that from the land, that's when they can manifest. So we'll ask first if it's an elemental, and if not, if it's a benevolent. Okay. We have a few questions we'd like to ask you. Speak into this device right here if you want to answer. You don't have to. That's totally cool. We were wondering if you are an elemental spirit, or if you are a nice spirit. So you can let us know by speaking into here. We'll give you some time to answer. Alright, well that should be enough time for you to answer. If you wanted to, then you would. We have a few questions we'd like to ask you. Speak into this device right here if you want to answer. You don't have to. That's totally cool. We were wondering if you are an elemental spirit, or if you are a nice spirit. So you can let us know by speaking into here. We'll give you some time to answer. Alright, well that should be enough time for you to answer. Nothing.
Well, that's all the equipment that we got, right?
Yeah, for now.
Well.
And after that, I mean, I do know that sometimes, like, it's not on demand, so if it's your first time asking or doing an investigation, there's not always going to be activity. Doesn't mean that it's not there, but it also could have been like airflow or something, like with the air circulation of the house. So I'm not gonna write it off, but I'm also not gonna say that it was paranormal.
Alrighty, well, at least for this first episode, we've showcased the equipment. Now we're gonna move on to Noah's house and probably just chill, honestly. Take it easy for the rest of for tonight, you know. Brett Bailey's Noah Schmid, also known as Lingerie, also known as Cheddar Moses, also known as Young Jag, also known as Sour. The gang has met. This is the first time they've met. We're about to do some Blue Rose shit, and yeah. You fucking bet.
Okay, so I found this footage, and I was watching it back, And did you guys notice anything that was abnormal about it? Because you could say that there was like the whole Slenderman thing, but I wanted to hear back your experience after you filmed it. If there's anything that happened or anything that you noticed.
It does look a little odd. Things are a little different, just from what I'm seeing now. I don't know.
I mean,
It was a long time ago though.
Yeah.
It was just like a little farther from me, the man behind the camera here.
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, what about?
Nothing that comes to mind.
It was a very, I guess, rough point. You know, kind of. It was a weird time.
Well, I noticed one thing, and it's not what you think. I noticed the bridge in this, if you want to film it, it's looking hella green. Oh, that's good. Once you get up to this bridge...
No one's attempt.
Oh, wow, this is really tough.
Okay, cool.
Because me and you went to this bridge like a couple months ago, right?
I think so. I don't know.
They made this so they...
But once you see it up closer, it's completely different.
We're gonna go that way, I guess, but there's some change. That's
Turning the dog.
What do you?
Where is it? Okay, yeah.
It's so big.
So now you'll be able to see it.
Okay,
It's
yeah,
completely
anyways,
different.
yeah, this is the bridge and we'll be using this.
I think I saw something weird back there. It's okay.
Wait, what? I don't know if I even saw it. Can you play back?
Yeah, it might show it again. Might have to go back. Oh, okay, right there.
Yeah, anyways, yeah.
Yeah, that looks completely different. And I've also been doing some research, and they haven't done any construction on this bridge.
Why is there like a haunted bridge here?
I don't know. I've been wondering that myself, but I just thought that I'd bring that up because you might have the only footage of this bridge and what it looks like. It's kind of weird. So I thought I'd bring that to your attention. And I'm gonna do some more investigation regarding it. But yeah, we'll see.
Guys, I think it's still a little weird about what happened.
What do you mean?
It sounded...
Guys,
You said it yourself. You haven't.
guys, this is Ice Boys.
Mans woke up at 4 a.m. today. The legend. Oh, fuck. I'm sorry. But actually. Whoa. Yep. That's the time. That's the part, right? Remember?
my dog in there. But I was literally chilling. And the next thing you know, she's like, wake up out of the bed. The weirdest thing is how I moved. And I wasn't dead.
You might want to turn it down.
Wait, he legit didn't remember anything after?
No. I don't remember any of that.
Well, goddamn. That's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Has anything else happened since then?
Yeah, every now and then. It's almost like it follows you. We're gonna go check the blueprints at the library. But I'm gonna get some sleep first because I'm passed out, right?
Facts.
Me too, I'm sleepy.
Stay tuned because we're gonna go check it out.